Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos gives NYC apartment update. December 11, 2024. It's only been a few weeks since Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos and fiancé Choc Chapel started looking for an apartment in New York City. The couple jetted off to the city after doing multiple press stops following the season finale of the show. The couple has shared they will divide their time between their new place in New York, Joan's home in Maryland, and Choc's place in Kansas. The first visit to New York didn't end in a lease being signed. However, they love their realtor and said they saw nearly 20 apartments. Now, Joan and Choc are sharing a huge update about where they stand in regard to finding their new couple's retreat in New York. Keep reading to get the scoop. Joan Vassos and Choc Chapel give huge update on apartment hunting in NYC. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos and Choc Chapel spoke with news recently where they discussed looking for an apartment in New York City. They said the availability is limited this time of year, and so they weren't hopeful they would find anything in a timely manner. However, after seeing nearly 20 places while they were in New York, they left their realtor in charge of continuing the search. Now, just a few weeks later, it seems Joan and Choc may have lucked out. They both had requests for their new second home, but both admit neither of their demands is a deal breaker. Joan said, "We think we found a place. We have a realtor in New York, and she sent us a video of her going through the apartment and it looks great. So, we're hoping it's done." She went on to share that the two specific things they were hoping to find were a smoking patio for Choc to relax with a cigar with his buddies. She was pretty adamant she needed a big walk-in closet. Joan also said, "We're just keeping our fingers crossed that we get it. Hopefully, this is the one. But this was quick. We looked 3 weeks ago. We went and saw 20 places. And then this one just came up in Soho, and it's exactly where we want to be. Do you think this could be their next part-time home?" Joan's big pet peeve. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos also shared that there are some things that just can't be changed. Choc said he made the mistake of borrowing her cell phone charger. He vowed to never do that again after seeing her reaction. Choc joked around and said, "I took her cell phone charger. I'll never do that again." Joan joked back and said, "He knows it's a pet peeve of mine. I think I have PTSD from when my kids were growing up, and every time I came down to the kitchen, one of their friends had stolen my charger." The couple has yet to share more updates as to whether or not the deal went through for them to get the apartment. Joan Vassos, the charismatic star of the Golden Bachelorette, has been living a whirlwind life since the show's finale, where she found love with Choc Chapel. Their romance captivated audiences, and now the couple is embarking on a new adventure together, finding their perfect New York City apartment. The search for their dream retreat has been filled with excitement, challenges, and a few surprising revelations. Here's an in-depth look at their journey so far. From Maryland to Manhattan, the big move. Joan and Choc's decision to split their time between Joan's home in Maryland, Choc's residence in Kansas, and a new place in New York City is a testament to their commitment to building a life together. As Joan puts it, "New York has always been a city of dreams for me. The energy, the culture, the people, it's magnetic. And having Choc by my side makes it even more special." After their media tour following the finale, the couple made their first trip to NYC to explore potential homes. Despite the bustling holiday season, a time when real estate can be particularly competitive, Joan and Choc were optimistic. "We're ready for this next chapter," Choc shared. "Even if it means braving the chaos of the New York rental market. 20 apartments and counting." Their initial visit was a marathon of apartment showings. Over the course of a few days, they toured nearly 20 properties, each offering a unique slice of Manhattan living. From sleek high-rises in Midtown to charming lofts in Soho, the options were as diverse as the city itself. While they didn't find the one during that trip, Joan and Choc left the search in the capable hands of their trusted realtor. "She's fantastic," Joan gushed. "We knew we were leaving the process in good hands. Their patience seems to have paid off." Just weeks later, their realtor sent them a video tour of a newly available apartment in Soho, and it immediately caught their attention. "We think we found a place," Joan revealed. "It's exactly where we want to be, and it ticks so many of our boxes. Must-haves and compromises. Every couple has their non-negotiables when it comes to a home, and Joan and Choc are no exception. For Choc, a relaxing outdoor space was key. "I've always imagined having a spot to enjoy a cigar with my buddies," he said. Joan, meanwhile, had her heart set on a spacious walk-in closet. "I've accumulated quite a wardrobe over the years," she laughed. A big closet isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Despite their wish lists, both emphasized that they were willing to compromise to find a space that felt right for them. "At the end of the day, it's about building a home together," Joan said. "The details are important, but they're not deal breakers." The Soho apartment seems to strike the perfect balance. Located in one of Manhattan's most vibrant neighborhoods, the property offers a mix of modern amenities and classic charm. And while Joan and Choc are keeping the details under wraps for now, their excitement is palpable. "We're just keeping our fingers crossed," Joan said. "Hopefully, this is the one." Life's little pet peeves. Every relationship has its quirks, and Joan and Choc are no different. During a recent interview, the couple shared a light-hearted moment that gave fans a glimpse into their dynamic. "I made the mistake of borrowing her phone charger," Choc confessed with a grin. "I'll never do that again." Joan, laughing, explained, "It's a pet peeve of mine. I think it goes back to when my kids were younger and their friends would always end up taking my charger. It's like I've been scarred for life." While the anecdote brought plenty of laughs, it also highlighted the couple's ability to navigate the small challenges of daily life with humor and grace, an essential quality for any successful partnership. What's next for Joan and Choc? As they await final confirmation on their potential new home, Joan and Choc are focusing on the holidays and spending time with their families. "This season is all about love and gratitude," Joan said. "We're so thankful for the journey we've been on and for the support from our fans." The couple plans to split their time between Maryland, Kansas, and New York in the coming months, balancing their personal lives with their newfound public profiles. For Joan, who became an instant fan favorite on The Golden Bachelorette, the transition has been both thrilling and humbling. "I'm just so grateful for this chapter of my life," she shared. Finding love again and building a future with Choc has been a dream come true. As for their apartment hunt, fans are eagerly awaiting more updates. Will the Soho space become their new sanctuary? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, Joan and Choc are approaching this next adventure with the same optimism and heart that brought them together in the first place. From fantasy to reality. It's been a busy few months for Joan and Choc. After their engagement aired during the season finale, the couple embarked on a press tour, sharing their journey with fans and addressing what life looks like beyond the cameras. One of the most exciting developments: their decision to divide their time between Joan's family home in Maryland, Choc's sprawling Kansas property, and a newly acquired retreat in the bustling heart of New York City. "We're at an age where we're not just blending our lives but also our homes and habits," Joan shared in a recent interview with E! News. "New York felt like the perfect middle ground for us, a vibrant city full of energy and opportunities but also a place where we can make new memories together." However, turning that dream into reality hasn't been as simple as it seemed. The couple's first visit to New York resulted in a whirlwind tour of nearly 20 apartments, none of which quite fit the bill. Their realtor, an energetic and determined woman named Lila, continued the search on their behalf. And now, it seems, their patience might finally be paying off. The apartment search. During their initial trip, Joan and Choc toured a range of properties, from trendy lofts in Tribeca to classic pre-war apartments on the Upper West Side. Each came with its own set of charms and compromises, but neither felt quite right. "I thought I could overlook certain things," Joan admitted, laughing. "But after seeing a few places with no decent closet space, I realized I'm not as flexible as I'd hoped. I need a walk-in closet. Period." For Choc, the priorities were slightly different. "I'm pretty easygoing," he said. "But if I'm going to spend time in a city as busy as New York, I need a spot to decompress. A smoking patio where I can enjoy a cigar with friends would be ideal." While these preferences weren't deal-breakers, they guided Lila's search. 3 weeks after Joan and Choc's visit, Lila sent them a video walkthrough of an apartment in Soho that she believed checked all their boxes. "We think we found the one," Joan revealed. "It's in Soho, which is exactly where we want to be. It has this gorgeous walk-in closet and a little outdoor space that's perfect for Choc. We're just keeping our fingers crossed that everything goes through. A place to call their own." For Joan, the process of finding a new home is deeply symbolic. After raising her family in Maryland and spending decades focused on others, she's ready to embrace a chapter that's centered on her happiness and her partnership with Choc. "It's not just about the apartment," she explained. "It's about creating a space that feels like ours, a place where we can host friends, explore the city, and just enjoy being together." Choc echoed her sentiment, adding that the experience has been a learning curve. "I've been on my own for a while, and merging lives at this stage is different from when you're in your 20s or 30s. But it's also exciting. We're building something new, and that's worth every bit of effort." The fun and frustrations of cohabiting. Of course, blending lives comes with its challenges. During their interview, Joan and Choc playfully recounted one of their first minor conflicts, Choc's decision to borrow Joan's phone charger without asking. "I'll never do that again," Choc said with a sheepish grin. "She's serious about her chargers." Joan laughed, admitting that the incident brought back memories of raising her kids. "When my kids were teenagers, I'd come downstairs to find my charger missing because one of their friends had borrowed it. It's a silly thing, but it's a pet peeve of mine." Despite these small hiccups, the couple's dynamic remains light-hearted and affectionate. "We're figuring it out as we go," Joan said. "At the end of the day, it's not about the little annoyances. It's about the big picture and the joy of being together." What's next for Joan and Choc? As fans eagerly await confirmation of their new NYC address, Joan and Choc are already planning their next steps. The couple hopes to host a housewarming party once they're settled, inviting friends and family to see their new city retreat. "This isn't just a place for us," Joan said. "It's a place for the people we love. We want it to be warm, welcoming, and full of life." In the meantime, they're continuing to split their time between Maryland and Kansas, balancing their individual routines with their shared plans for the future. Why fans love them? Part of what makes Joan and Choc's story so captivating is their authenticity. Unlike many reality TV couples who struggle to transition from on-screen romance to real-world relationships, Joan and Choc have embraced the challenges and joys of building a life together. "We're not perfect," Joan said. "But we're perfect for each other. And that's all that matters." Their journey, from finding love on national television to navigating the intricacies of apartment hunting in New York, is a testament to the idea that it's never too late to find happiness and start anew. As they await news on their potential new home, one thing is clear: wherever they land, Joan and Choc are ready to make it their own.